Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols, reaming my body.
Alright you guys, in this video I want to talk about how Sarada actually got her third Tomoe. Now at this particular point, we do not know how Sarada got her third Tomoe, so in this video I do want to kind of guess and speculate and also have you guys join on the conversation. How do you guys think Sarada actually got her third Tomoe as well? For the anime owners out there, there's probably going to be some tiny spoilers, for example, when Sarada does actually get her third Tomoe, because in the Boruto manga, we know when she does get her third Tomoe, and also the next big fight after the Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen battle. That's pretty much it. Now, here's the spoilers right here. Pretty much Sarada is going to get her third Tomoe, like it's going to be confirmed probably in the next 4 episodes. We understood from yesterday's video that I did make that the next big battle, essentially Team 7 plus Kawaki versus Boro, is going to take place in a couple of episodes. And in the Boruto manga, we've already seen that Sarada herself in that battle had the third Tomoe. So of course it just begs the question, how exactly did Sarada acquire the third Tomoe? Now I've came up with a couple of ideas, and of course again I want you guys to leave some opinions in the comment section below. I'll probably be reading through that. One of the more intriguing options to me is the fact that Sarada could potentially get her third Tomoe in the next episode of the Boruto anime. For a very slight moment in next week's episode, or technically in 2 days, Sarada is going to be in that episode. And of course when Sarada is in that episode, she's going to be coming home to Naruto's house and basically seeing a whole bunch of rods in Naruto's yard, and basically looking in his house and seeing Kawaki curled up in a ball. Now of course Sarada's probably going to get the information that Jigen actually did take Naruto, and once she gets that information, it's very possible that Sarada can unlock her third Tomoe right then and there. We already know the relationship that Sarada has with Naruto. Sarada essentially looks at Naruto like her role model. She thinks of Naruto as this legendary figure that can't necessarily be touched, and obviously that perception in her mind, and losing the potential bond of a current Hokage and the future Hokage, that might be a very stressful situation for Sarada, which would then lead her to unlock her third Tomoe. Now again, in my opinion, I think that this right here would probably be one of the best ways to actually do it. Not only on top of the huge fight that we are going to get to see in the next episode, we can also have a secondary huge thing as well where Sarada unlocks her third Tomoe. And of course I think the fight in itself is going to make episode 204 amazing, most likely top 5 in the Boruto series. But also if you add in the fact that Sarada unlocks her third Tomoe in that episode, that would just take that episode to a completely different level. I think it would be absolutely insane. In my personal opinion, I think this right here is probably one of the best ways that they could potentially introduce Sarada's third Tomoe. Now the other way that I could potentially see that they actually do introduce this, Sarada unlocking it in the actual battle where we do see her activate the third Tomoe in the Boruto manga. Now in that battle, we understand that Sarada had a very huge part in regards to actual manga content. It didn't necessarily seem like she actually unlocked the third Tomoe in that particular fight, but from what we've seen from the Boruto anime, they love to add a lot of anime only scenes in manga fights, and of course they're usually always great. And because of that, I could definitely see them adding a situation where, similar to in the deeper fight, where Sarada sees Boruto or Mitsuki in trouble, she then has this wave of stress that comes over her, and then she unlocks the third Tomoe. I personally think that this right would definitely be a very good idea as well. It would just add to the mystique of that fight. And to be honest, from what I'm seeing in regards to actual anime spoilers, I think that right there might be the most likely situation in which Sarada does actually unlock her third Tomoe. As of right now, it seems like the battle between the new Team 7 and Boro is going to span throughout multiple episodes, which pretty much gives the Boruto writers a lot of time to actually implement Sarada unlocking her third Tomoe. So of course, if that's the actual case, I think that right there is definitely agreeable. I personally would like the first instance, but also I do have to bring up the third instance. Now it's also very possible that Sarada unlocked her third Tomoe in training with Sasuke. One of the things that was made very prevalent over the past couple of episodes is the fact that not only Sarada but also all of Team 7, they went into training, so they're pretty much getting better and better and better. And one of the characters that was on the forefront of their training was of course Sarada training with Sasuke. She was pretty much training to learn the Chidori. Now it's very possible in the midst of those trainings, Sarada actually does unlock her third Tomoe, and we might get that flashback in the upcoming episodes. Now in my personal opinion, I think this right here would be super realistic, mainly because Sasuke understands that Sarada at this particular point should probably try to unlock her third Tomoe, and he might put her in certain situations where that right there might actually come about. Now I'm not necessarily saying that Sasuke is gonna put Sarada in any super traumatic situations, but I think that Sasuke at this particular point probably knows how to manipulate something and try to get her to unlock her third Tomoe. I don't know. Now the last time that Sarada could actually activate her Tomoe that I could pretty much think about is going to be the time in between the actual Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen battle and the new Team 7 versus Boro battle. At that particular point, Boruto, Kawaki, Mitsuki, and Sarada were basically sitting down and understanding that Naruto is pretty much in trouble. And of course there was a very symbolic moment where the prosthetic arm that Kawaki has completely fell off of his arm, and what we understand is that as long as Naruto's chakra is actually feeding that arm, it's going to stay attached to Kawaki. Now Sarada was there when the arm fell off, and because of that she understood the sentiment to me, and she probably understood that Naruto at that particular point was probably dead. That right there would probably be a very good time for her to actually unlock her third Tomoe. Now, of course, I do want to bring this possibility up, and I think it's going to be like a less than 5% possibility. Remind you guys, if you guys are worried about this, I would not be worried. I just have to bring up this possibility. It's possible that Sarada in this battle right here, the Boro versus the new Team 7 battle, doesn't actually have the third Tomoe in. We understand that in the Boruto manga and the Boruto anime, they have tendencies to change a couple of things, and especially with Kishimoto now at the helm being a completely brand new writer, well, not necessarily a completely brand new writer, just having a little bit of different philosophies from the last writer. It's possible that Sarada doesn't necessarily unlock her third Tomoe in this battle, but again, I have to say it's probably like a less than 5% possibility, probably even less than that. Oh, and another thing, I know everybody loves the pace of the Boruto anime right now because we're pretty much getting a lot of information extremely quickly, similar to how we got it in the Boruto manga, but this right here is one of the downsides. When this actually came out in the Boruto manga, we thought that Sarada would actually unlock her third Tomoe sharingan in an anime only fight. Like, we thought there was probably going to be an anime only fight, probably she goes on a huge mission and then she fights a huge boss and then she unlocks her third Tomoe. Turns out we're probably not necessarily going to get that, so now we are in a situation where we have to guess where Sarada actually does unlock her third Tomoe. I think this right here is probably one of the big downsides to us moving at this rapid pace, but either way, to be honest, I think it's going to be enjoyable. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. How do you guys think Sarada would actually unlock her third Tomoe in the comment section below? I personally think one of the best ways that she could possibly do is unlock it in the next episode when she goes home and pretty much understands that Naruto has been taken. I think that right there just make Boruto episode 204 that much more amazing. But of course, either way of these possibilities, I think would definitely be very enjoyable to the overall fan base. Let me know what you guys think. It's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.